lanes. This is also why you smile classic, playing his Elder Titan is gonna go in there, soak up most of the damage, has Orb of Venom, very interesting build from him as a starting item, plus Blood Grenade. So I feel like this is the lane where first blood happens.
Looking at Luna, not exactly the quick start, right? So you kind of have to work as 4, I would say. I'm interested to see Planet's movements with his hero on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, they also have Nature's Prophet as a support, so definitely expect him to move around the map, come to this bottom lane, secure some of the early kills. Because Luna is super strong in the lane, and then she hits like level 6, level 7. She wants to go to jungle, keep farming. She's not that much of a team fight, but Shiro made a bit of a case for that in the previous game when he played Luna. The power of Nature's Prophet. He TPs in, sets the vision, and they're gonna go and D-ward some of these observer wards. Enjoy Dota. Enjoy Dota indeed. It's the best time of the year.
Planet getting chased, that viscous nasal goo, but has the TP off cooldown, so he'll go to the tier 1 tower over to his left. And bounty runes, 3 for 1. So LGD get the benefits of 3 bounty runes. And let's see how these lanes end up going and how we'll see this Elder Titan kind of be, because we haven't seen much of this at all. But the mid matchup is really what I want to look at, especially with this Viper into the mix, right?
Not an easy matchup for Templar Assassin by any means, and I'm just watching the bottom lane. Vayu Smile, they're going to start already on Sayu. Ooh, the bash, but it's still not going to be enough. Like, this is a super strong lane.
Oh. Oh. Bash not enough, get that first blood, FNG. He'll sack himself to the tower after killing Planet.
Neo didn't get the XP for that.
That's pretty solid for the side of Virtus.pro. They're already level 2 on Cartage. But Planet comes in, kills a courier. But Planet still needs to be very careful. Poison touch and the chase is on. You stay too close, you end up dead.
It's a strong lane as well. Like, both safe lanes are extremely strong. Difference is going to be the mid lane. I see Viper with more denies than he has CS. You know that he's try-harding. Like, every single time you see Viper in the mid lane, you're like, okay, this guy really wants to win, huh?
It's the CS looking like right now 5 and 6, the 2 and 1 of Squadix, but he's going to try and get anything he can while Vayu Smile dies to Notice. I mean, this is 4 kills in the first minute and 45 seconds.
One of those games where we might see the bloodbath. You have global presence from Nature's Prophet, Spirit Breaker charging people in. Squadix, 4 CS in this mid lane. Viper sitting at 7-7.
FNG. They got the stack here on this camp. Planet now finally hitting that level 2, has that Sprout going into the early medallion. 9 denies here for nothing to say. They're just making the life of Squadix very difficult. As bottom, we said, you know, Luna's not the fastest starter, but does have top CS at the moment. So feeling pretty good. Let's see if they maybe can get a kill if they find anybody a little bit too far out. Lucent Beam on to Notice, but not a lot of mana remaining here for the Luna. TP in, Sprout onto the TA, who just sit here melded. They did have a sentry, and they're just pushing this TA away.
Squadix doesn't have Quelling Blades. Planet using this opportunity. I think it's time to go to jungle. He's gonna try to collect some of the XP, but the mid lane is pushed in. This is where Viper is gonna just sit and leave the lane, maybe get some stacks going on the big camp, and control the lane as much as you can
lane,
so that it doesn't push back.
They've got this stun on a Vayu Smile, and another kill here as Grimstroke gets it with the Blood Grenade. Vayu Smile dead already for the 2nd time. He's kind of struggling in this lane to stay alive. I believe Kurtic, yeah, he bought over onto his Ring of Health. So he's very survivable in this lane. You just going to try and survive and get some farm because they're not keeping the supports with him as it's solo against the two heroes there. You've got Planet. Oh, Squadix. Has Sprout in a second.
I thought it was why you smiled from the previous game for a second.
With it just sitting in the mountain. He's sitting in the mountain. No. Well, now he's got a Quelling Blade. So now he's kind of okay, but at the same time, like, you're just losing out on so much. He's only got 1,200 net worth. Does FNG have a Quelling Blade? Nobody does have, or yes, he does have a Tango, though, and there's the TP out.
And speaking of TPing out, nothing to say, forcing a TP. Squadix will TP to a mid tower, refill his bottle. I mean, Viper didn't lose anything because he's not playing against him, but this is a big win for Squadix.
Top lane. How do you kill Kiritich at this point?
About to finish off Vanguard. He's not going to die. Nature's Prophet doesn't deal any damage. FNG, he's the one
damage.
Who's trying to collect that XP on the mid lane, high-fiving with the tower, has healing salve available, so he's good. But this tier 1 tower on the mid lane is in a lot of trouble.
How do they defend this? I don't think they do. So a very early tower, if they just grab it here, it's just 5 minutes into the game, and they could have themselves a full tier 1. They do get it down to under half health. FNG may be looking.
This is before catapult
creep waves. Poison touch. FNG trying to hold the tower. Shadow waving too. This Planet still just level 2. Not really in the best of spots considering the XP situation. They've done a good job of shutting down the Templar assassin so far.
He can play the lane top. That's why he's making a move, trying to make something happen in different lanes. And also, it's very important that Neo gets some of the solo XP.
So, don't quite get that tier 1 tower as early as I thought. They were, well, FNG did a good job of getting it stay healthy, and he just TPs away from the damage coming through from Viper and Planet with the Sprout there. They've got a +1 in Why You Smile, who's over towards mid, but nothing doing just yet. Vanguard is there for Kiritich too, so he's also getting his boots delivered out. They found Planet. They've got the Ink Swell, and this is going to pop. Should be able to get a kill here on to this Nature's Prophet. It's taken a little while, and they're not going to be able to parlay that into saving Kiritich. They were coming up towards top. Losing your carry for a 4 position is not exactly a trade you really should be willing to make.
Yeah, Kiritich dying there. Without even using the Primal Split, this was the first rotation from Nothing to Say. Viper Strike, I could see him rotating one more time with Brewmaster available, and then he's just going to die. I believe Viper used TP Scroll because I was watching Planet and I don't see TP Scroll available. Yeah, it's on cooldown for now, so they might kill him one more time. If Kiritich comes back to a lane, his TP is also on CD, they could mimic the movement and try to get another kill. Because Templar Assassin is not having a game.
Like Shiro's coming over.
The 2100 net worth 7 minutes into the game, which is not where you want to be.
He's holding a skill point. He's going to have Eclipse. They're going to drop it down on Kiritich. He just came back to the lane. Oh, he turns away, but he's still in trouble. He just got back here. What a move from Shiro. They're not afraid to use these twin gates.
Shiro's so good at using it. We talked about the best heroes to use the twin gates, like Faithless Void, Monkey King. But Shiro, again, putting 2 points in Lucent Beam coming in, putting a point into Eclipse, dealing damage, and managing to kill Bristleback second time. They understand their timing. Nothing to Say is being charged.
Yeah, over mid, they're going to want to try and save him. Nether Strike, no chance to do so. And that is something that Virtus.pro desperately needed to slow down his game. But Shiro, sitting top of the net worth, he's not being disturbed bottom. And in a start like this for a Luna, it's looking real good.
Going for Mask of Madness this time. Wants to be able to farm up, staying on top of the net worth at the moment, which is going to amplify his farm. Some stacks are being made inside the triangle.
So, see where this heads. Is nothing to say. Comes back over mid. Shiro farming these camps by the tier 1 tower. Goes over back to the creep wave. He's just about got his Mask of Madness. I notice with a quick charge. They are bringing a lot of numbers down here, bottom. 3 heroes looking to maybe make a move. No level 6 just yet for the Grimstroke.
They know. I want to see if
FNG.
Shiro goes back through this tree line and runs away, or if he wants to be greedy and farms another camp. He's running slowly towards the left.
That's for me.
FNG might
If
have it if he
FNG
gets
catches a
vision.
glimpse of vision, it's going to be a charge. Shiro, ooh, man, Sixth Sense is going to TP back. Ooh,
Stops
TP
it and
back
goes
to base.
top. Okay.
I think he wanted to TP into potential triangle or TP to the top lane and just continue to farm up, but instead decides to go with the Twin Gates.
Yeah, he was TPing back to base, stopped it, and then goes Twin Gates, and I think he's just going to take the open space that's here in the top lane because they're converging over on mid. Charge coming through and nothing to say. Why You Smile's got that extra spirit out there, and now the right-click damage on FNG. He'll have to grave himself. They hit the sweep. They've got Planet coming from behind. Nether Strike on a Nothing to Say, as well as the Blood Grenade. Can they get the kill here on a Nothing to Say? The Viper's in some trouble. They'll take him out, but they'll end up losing FNG, and a +2 as Notice and Say go down. Earth Splitter on the ground, but Why You Smile is still going to die to Karatage, who's cycling up into the air, thanks to Neo.
Using this Primal Split, getting some extra kills, and this time Neo will go for full Spirit Vessel. No Radiance, at least not for now. No Hand of Midas. Wants to just utilize this Spirit Vessel as a damage dealing tool to Bristleback, stopping some of that healing, and also a great tool to deal against Templar Assassin and her refraction charges.
So take another look at this one. Is Nothing to Say, he's tanky for a little bit. He's putting out a damage, forcing FNG to shallow grave himself. At the end of the day, he still does end up dying, though, and he's only 2-2-2 at the moment. And he's sitting above the TA, though, in terms of net worth.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So, not terrible for him. Again, this is opening up space for Shiro. He's got that Mask of Madness and going into the Manta. Picks up a lot of his farm as he gets that Band of the Elven skin. And has moved over towards top to open up that space to get that farm.
If LGD wants to kill Bristleback, they need the Viper to use Viper Strike on him, break him, and they need to keep him inside. You saw the power of ET against Dazzle, where you can keep people who are graved with this long duration stun from Echo Stomp. Or you can stun him in the back lines and then he can't use the shallow grave.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dragonlance. Soon for Nothing to Say, so we won't have to be so close to these fights. What does Planet have? Is this just the Medallion coming out now? Yeah, I guess. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Medallion and a Wraith Band. And Gloves of Haste. It's been a while since this courier delivered things.
You would expect Nature's Prophet to be able to pick up his items, huh?
Yeah. I just didn't expect him to be getting that much gold out of it, I guess, because he had the 2 components for the Medallion pretty early.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's got a good amount of farm. Now, finally, the TA gets ahead of the Viper. Nothing to Say, his farm is starting to slow down drastically, but they are giving space to Shiro, who's farming these Ancients. At the same time,
Who's going to use
Bristol's
this
got
line?
good farm.
Viper is win a lane, lose game. Yeah, it's just like you don't scale as much if you're killed like 2-3 times. Sure, you didn't allow Templar Assassin to farm. She goes to jungle, clears some of the stacks, and she's back into the game. Like, it's all it takes. Because Squadix didn't die, and Viper died 2 times.
Despite the fact that he was pushed out of lane at minute 2, he stayed okay. And Neo's going to go back into the Midas. So He wants to scale into the late game, get that gold. So not afraid to go back for that Midas and hope to farm up a bit more, right?
Yeah, just farm up. It's that easy. Just get more farm.
So let it get off cooldown. Click, farm, easy. It is pretty easy.
Sounds easy when you explain it like that.
Well, you know,
Radiant are scanning.
I do my best. 14-minute Wisdom Rune is both for Virtus.pro.
FNG sneaked in and managed to pick it up.
Eclipse. He's not here for his Bristle, and his Bristle needs him. They get that kill into Karatic. Planet gets credit for that one, and maybe if FNG was there, he'd have a grave to throw on him, but unfortunately, nobody's around.
Tower is under attack.
That's
Nothing to say. Oh, this is a tough kill to get if you want to go, and nothing to say.
oh,
Shield rune, having a cold bracelet, 2 points in corrosive skin, but TP, very good item.
this Bristle, despite the fact that he's died 3 times, has good net worth.
It's also that you have Bristleback plus Templar Assassin, which also means that you can farm in the triangle because Templar Assassin gets priority. So someone needs to sack some of their farm. And again, make big stacks inside of Virtus.pro. I want to see the number of stacks. I feel like Virtus.pro is just stacking way more. I mean, they do have heroes that clear stacks much easier. Was that 7?
It's kind of close.
13 and then 8, 11. 13, 13. Okay.
Like kind of close. I mean, it's even. Oh, Soul Line.
TP on cooldown this time.
And Grimstroke's going to die, charge out. Gonna leave towards mid, towards Planet, who can't get the Sprout around. They do get that 1 kill, and he has now got this Midas. He's going to be working on his farm even more as Shiro evading what was coming from the side of Virtus.pro. He backs up into his own jungle as he's just 480 gold short of grabbing this Manta. Grimstroke comes back towards the tier 2 tower with a TP. They're still nearby for the side of LGD. Viper's back over by the tier 1 tower. They want to at least control this, and there is a trap that sees the Brewmaster, and they're starting to bring numbers too. They've got the vision. Maybe they want to start this off with a charge. That's exactly what they do to go for notice and another strike.
I'll do the play-by-play. They're going to get Viper, not going to say dies, immediately Bristle thrown into the air. But those Brewlings, they are dying. Notice, getting focused down. And they're going to drop. Karatic, are you back, B-Cop? Feeling okay?
I got too excited. I choked on my own saliva. I was like, and then I felt myself start to drown.
I got you, buddy.
Thank you.
Under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So yeah, not a bad fight. They managed to lock down this Brewmaster, Templar Assassin, Squadix. He's still working on that shard, so things are going to be much easier. It was also a fight where they didn't have Deso, but they managed to lock down Viper. They understand that if Viper is dead, if there's if they have heroes around them, because last time the way they killed Bristleback, they had other 4. That means that Bristle can have a free reign in a team fight.
Hey, he's got that Ags now, going to the BKB next, has the Ogre Axe for it, so he's farming pretty well.
Under attack.
He's just had so much space. I think TA and Bristle, opposite sides of the map, they farmed so much. You were talking about this even with, we were really talking about Nature's Prophet, but it was, Planet having that space to farm. Ooh, Poison Touch coming in, Nether Strike, Eclipse used on the backlines by Shiro, and they're going to go and get themselves not 1, but 2. Notice is gone. FNG with a Shallow Grave surviving for a second longer. Finally, they get nothing to say, and Karatic and Squadix are trying to get something in return. They get nothing to say. They get Why You Smile. There's this Sprout up around Squadix. Shiro just standing his ground. He's got an Ultra Kill. Is he going to get a Rampage? Karatic in trouble. There's the Lucent Beam. Spirit Vessel 2. Sprout around him trying to run. Shiro still being a little bit careful. Another Lucent Beam. The Spirit Vessel replaced on him, pops the Manta, gets the Rampage, and LGD, it's a team wipe for Shiro and the team.
That was the fight with Luna. Shiro having Arcane Rune, coming into a fight level 16 now, 18 minutes into the game. This is going to be massive. He's going into Butterfly, going into Satanics next, so he's going to be able to stand his ground in the middle of the fight, sustain for a long time. And have in mind, this is also a fight where they didn't use Primal Split, so they're going to have everything ready because of that Arcane Rune. Another Eclipse available in 15.
Yeah, they could really look to go again. That is such a big injection of net worth for Shiro. And a
Suddenly,
very early
13,000
rampage.
net worth.
It was what, 18-minute rampage?
Has to be one of the earliest ones.
Yeah.
Dire's
They like these heroes disappear. FNG managed to get the grave off, but it's not enough. Like, this is also only level 1 grave we're talking about. And now you see them controlling Bristle. He's going ham. Also, this cosmetic on Bristle, every single time I see it, I'm like, he's bloodlusted. Doesn't it look like it?
A little bit, yeah. It's the engines going in that shell. This goes right for Roche. Again, like you said, they've got Eclipse ready to go. Butterfly, Satanic next on the menu. So, 20 minutes in, they could go from this to Tormentors as well.
He's gonna pop it. They don't want to risk anything. Shiro's like, okay, I'll pick it up and just leave.
So, as that ages, now let's see what they do with it. Of course, Tormentor available, maybe a fight if they smoke up. They've got a shard now picked up for the Spirit Breaker off the Tormentor that was done there by Squadix. That gives him planar pocket. Phase 2, it's Midas Octarine for Notice.
Lowering the cooldown on all of his abilities. Planar Pocket is a really good ability against per Brewmaster as well. Like, it has been used in a, like when Doom was super popular, like this throughout this whole year. You use Planar Pocket, you take Doom off a target that he wants to go for. So that was pretty big. I think in this one, you might take off Viper Strike or Brewmaster's like Cyclone. So could be pretty big. Like, remove that from your Bristleback in a team fight means that Bristle can move, means he can actually deal damage.
So, Noticed. He's also almost into the BKB. And Shiro's just, that injection of gold was so massive. He's got 15k now. Working on the ending piece of the Satanic. How do you kill him at that point?
They need to get rid of these heroes, like kill ET first. They still have enough, like with the silence, with the silence from Grimstroke, Spirit Breaker. I think there's enough to lock down Brewmaster from 100 to 0. Good TP out. Knows that he needs to commit with the Primal Split immediately if he wants to get it. FNG, he's not going to be as lucky.
No. Pressure to be had here for LGD. Still working with 2-3 minutes here with the Aegis. I'm going to start to TP towards top. Okay. There's a top TP from the Spirit Breaker, maybe looking for a moment to jump in as this tier 2 goes down.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They just go from tier 2 to tier 2 and then start over pushing bottom, because there are creeps coming into the tier 2 bottom for the Dire side too.
2 minutes left in the Aegis, so they could push it out, finish off the mid tower. Shiro is there. It seems like someone wants to defend. It's going to be Planet for now. Rest of the team might catch a glimpse of Grimstroke here. And pretty similar to game 1, where Virtus.pro played, you know, they wanted to go for these like greedier items. get that Aghanim Scepter on Rubik, get the Aghanim Scepter on Vengeful Spirit.
Tower has fallen.
So now Grimstroke's doing the same thing, going for Ags, wants to create Illusion of Luna, which can't really blame him. It's a powerful illusion.
Thinking about TP and bot for Planet, and sees the TA working while doing so. Sprout. Ooh, okay. Not that he could do anything there. They do have Shiro going for the tier 1 tower. He grabs that, and the pressure is going to be put on by this LGD team with this Aegis. Only a minute remaining, though, on it. And charges through on a nothing to say. They caught a little bit of a vision on him with the obs that they had on this cliff. So they're chasing all the way over, but there is a tier 1 tower to go to, if nothing to say. Doesn't die immediately. He's got a Hurricane Pike, and he's going to force staff off to the side, and now he'll go after Noticed. Planet comes in, the Phantom's Embrace was on him, Primal Split is used, Squadix in some trouble, the Inkswell is on him, Earth Splitter's going to pull him over as well. Charge, and the kill. Ooh, Meld for a second. Yeah, he's gone. He'll take out the TA.
I think they might go for the high ground. Anyway, 59 seconds without Templar Assassin, no buyback on her. Like, you can see that the game slowed down for Virtus.pro. They had good timing, but Deso charges only sitting at 4, and the Dota Plus also favoring LGD heavily, 75-25.
Always in touch with the Hex, charge in. Nothing to say, has that Manta of his own. Once this tier 3 opens up, the Glaives are going to start bouncing around pretty heavily, but they're not going to be able to break the high ground just yet. They also do have Planet pushing in the mid lane, so they can look for something maybe over there a little bit, but the charge is coming in all the way through to Planet. Is that where you really want to be? Viper Strike, Yules, and now they've got the sweep, the clap, the kill, and they've got themselves another one.
Such a great pickup from Why Smile. Getting that Yule Scepter, removing Bulldoze, stopping Spirit Breaker from charging in, removing Inkswell potentially as well. And now it's time to go for the high ground. No Spirit Breaker. This is core Spirit Breaker. We're talking about Luna. If you lose that tier 3 tower, your barracks are going to melt.
Heritage taking a lot of damage.
40 seconds until Primal Split. Heritage needs to be careful.
They glyph, but it's not looking pretty. Poison Touch is helping them sustain for the moment in keeping this, but there it is. The gates are open, and the glyphs will
breakers out in 10 seconds. It's time to fall back. They got to do a lot of damage onto tier 3 tower top, kill the tier 3 tower mid lane. Minute and 40 until potential row spawn. If they take another Aegis away from TA plus Bristleback lineup, that's pretty massive. Like, these two heroes rely on having Aegis and keeping this tempo. Like, they already missed what they wanted to do with their lineup. LGD shut them down. These couple of kills on Bristleback, Shiro making a rotation through the Twin Gates, really set up the tempo for the game. And Kiritich is still recovering pretty much from what happened in the lanes.
Roche potentially in a minute. Shiro at 21,000 net worth. They do smoke on the side of Virtus.pro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe they can find something. Charge? That's not nothing to say again, but he does have a whole team around him. This might be in too far for Noticed. They've got the Cyclone. It's onto the Bristleback. He's up into the air. The Lucent Beam on a Notice, but he's got that Bulldoze, so he's A-okay for now. Another charge coming through and nothing to say, but he's able to force step away from the fight. Planet goes in deep looking for FNG, who's got the Shallow Grave. Poison Touch.
Shiro still has ulti available.
FNG sitting a little bit low, but the Shallow Grave was enough to save him. They get the kill on a Planet. And
good kiting.
LGD don't get anything.
Virtus.pro resetting multiple times. As I said, Shiro still has Eclipse available. No BKBs on the other side, so they still need to be careful. I feel LGD might take a fight. This Lunar Blessing Vision.
Well, charge in, hits a couple.
Now
they've got the Inkswell. Look at the stuns, the lockdown. Whoa, why are you smiling? Nothing to say. Both gone in a heartbeat. Muse trying to deter them on the back lines. Notice going in with a charge once again. Shiro low on health, but he goes to the Eclipse and he ends up dead. They finally get FNG. I don't think that's really worth it, but they'll lose everybody on the side of LGD.
They wanted to take that
great
fight.
fighting.
LGD, they plant Observer Ward on the high ground. Luna gets bashed, gets silenced, doesn't get that ulti off when she wanted. Virtus.pro, like, two best fights that they had throughout this whole series, I would say. Disengaging, engaging multiple times, some good spell usage with the Graves, popping the BKBs, not allowing LGD to take any fight. Like you see this Observer Ward placed on the high ground, and Spirit Breaker having low cooldown from that Octarine makes a lot of difference in that fight. You see Shiro here, didn't have mana, gets silenced by a trap, and then gets bashed again, pops the ulti, but they also manage to disengage. And Brewmaster, if he's isolated alone with no primal split, the hero just dies.
Everybody dead, and just Notice doing a great job back and forth, putting in the control and disrupting the team fight of LGD. 30 minutes into the game, just about. We'll see Roche potentially go the way of Virtus.pro. And there are 4 heroes coming up from LGD. I don't know if this is going to be quick enough before the start of the engagement from LGD to try and take this one back. When the charge comes in, it's on a planet immediately. They had FNG outside the pit, ready for this one. Silence with the shard, throws the Wrath of Nature. Earth Splitter comes in, they get the kill on a planet. They'll take out one, but Sayu's going to fall as well. So it's 1-for-1. The Aegis into the hands of the Bristleback. The Shallow Grave! Oh, with a sliver of health, he's able to survive. He'll end up having to use that Aegis, though, on the backlines. Again, Neo just in the face of FNG, getting the kill into the Dazzle. Now they look over at this Bristleback once more, but Notice coming in with a charge.
He's broken.
Oh, broken. Eating the cheese, though. That'll fill his gut, but he won't be able to survive. They've got the Eclipse raining down on the side of Virtus.pro. They take out Squadix. 4 heroes dead on the side of Virtus.pro now as LGD take the fight.
This time, no resetting from Virtus.pro. LGD, they keep them in place. They manage to get the damage in. Ooh, Notice he needs to be careful here in the mid lane. Gets the haste and damage coming out from Shiro. 10,000 damage this time. When he's around his team, he's going to be able to pump in those right clicks and also like get the good Eclipse. Look at the Dota Plus win probability.
50-50.
From now it's pretty much 50-50, as you said. This is also a fight where Bristleback had Cheese had Aegis available, but Luna, she destroys everything. There was also illusion created from Luna, but that illusion takes 350% of the damage, so dies almost instantly if it gets focused down.
So, racks in multiple lanes falling. They don't have Bristle or
They're going for the high ground. They're going for the throne. No buyback for 15 seconds. Last glyph being used by Virtus.pro.
And they back. But is it a full real back from them? Yes. So they will disengage. They got themselves 2 sets of racks. And now they have themselves a 10k lead. The game gets more difficult for Virtus.pro, but with the game going back and forth, it's anybody's game still, truthfully.
Virtus.pro will need to replicate one of those fights. MKB also a must-have item on Templar Assassin. You are playing against Butterfly Luna, this high evasion from Brewmaster, so they definitely need to pick that one up. Then you might see Squadix going ham in a fight, going into BKB as his next item, but for now it's just going to be MKB.
I think both teams all have shards, and they both just got 280 gold each. Both teams taking the Tormentors. Planet comes over into a trap. He gets silenced. Meld Strike lands. Does some damage with the double damage on Squadix. They need to be careful. Using himself is why you smile. Force that onto the high ground. Shiro comes over. But with him up on the high ground by the rest of his team, the chase is off from LGD.
He also needs to be careful on TA. Doesn't have BKB available. Gets focused down. If Dazzle is further away, that means that there's not going to be a Grave available. AC Shivas on Brewmaster, all the auras pretty much about to crack level 20. So that extra 1200 HP on Brewlings is going to be massive. And they want to go in, get the last set of barracks. Roshan is not available. So even if they lose a fight, that means that Virtus.pro can't take any objectives. They might take a tier 2 tower, maybe a tier 3 tower. NP, deeping in.
Yeah, not too sure they get anything game finishing if they win the fight here, but it would certainly eat it up.
That's why I think LGD is going to go for the high ground. Try to poke, use the primal split.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Try to make this play. Inkswell, charge. Ooh, Niu, if he can't get the split off, that's a problem because he doesn't have buyback. So he's gone for 75 seconds. The Soulbine's going to connect Shiro to Planet. Planet's going the other way while Kiritich is trying to fight this one. They've got the leash. It's on to Shiro with that Soulbine now. Eclipse down, charge coming in from Notice. This is what they did to win the fight last time. And Shiro's low. Can he survive? He doesn't have the Satanic available. And Squadix and Notice are dead, but they also got the kill on Shiro. They look over at Why You Smile. He's got the sleep onto the Bristleback. Now they go to the right clicks for nothing to say on the high ground. Trying to get this kill. Inkswell turning it around. Now he has the Shallow Grave. FNG trying to help him out as much as possible with that bad juju, getting these cooldowns. And now they've got the kill and another thing to say. It's another team wipe for Virtus.pro.
Virtus.pro gets exactly the hero that they wanted, Brewmaster, before he can get the split off. He was even in the Drunken Brawler stance, wasn't brewed up. Maybe that would save him. Those like hexes, those silences, they were enough to keep him in place long enough for them to deal the damage. And Bristleback dealing 7,000 damage in that fight. Like, right underneath the vision, trapped on the high ground, Spirit Breaker charging through, and it deals way too much damage. And then, like, Shiro, he's still got to stand his ground, but Bristleback, he's not going to die. Like, Yule Scepter on top of him, FNG, good positioning coming out from him, some clutch grave saves. Saving here, noticed, Shiro dies, and also Inkswell, like the lifesteal that you get from it, the spell against Viper, and also the grave is going to keep Kiritich alive long enough for them to get a full team wipe.
And so much here of a back and forth in this second game, with everything really feeling like it's on the line for Virtus.pro. And maybe a big sigh of relief, or a sigh of I just died, but my team took care of it.
Yeah, I think that's the one. It's like, maybe I could have lived, but you know, rest of the team cleaned up. He didn't pick up any of the XP.
It's noticed with his positioning too, cutting through these fights with these charges and making it difficult for LGD to sustain.
This is the item that I've never seen on Spirit Breaker, to be honest. Refresher. So he has like double charge, double Nether Strike, double BKB.
Bulldoze too.
Double bull, like anything double planar pocket. It also seems okay. It's not like double phase boots, beak up.
Oh. Double Shadow Blade.
Quadruple Midas.
Whoa, that pays for itself. That's what you should do. Just go Midas Refresher on Ogre. And you're really making gold. I'm going to try that in a pub.
Refresher is available.
Planet on the front line. Smoke. They see him. The charge. It's in immediately. Can they get the kill on a Planet? They go to the Primal Split. This is something they didn't have in the last fight as the Air Splitter comes down. Planet's still alive. FNG ends up dead. They don't have the Shallow Grave, but he's going to buy back. Turns to the Old Growth. That gets used. Now they've got the Refresher. That comes out from Notice. Looking for the Nether Strike. Now he got the Satanic, but is it going to be enough heal for him to survive? He's trying to stand his ground. He ends up getting killed. 90 seconds. No buyback for the Luna. They've got the Shallow Grave on a Notice. He'll stay alive. There's a gem on the deck. Does he really get to hold on to it? No. Planet's gone. Double kill for Squadix. They're looking towards the rest. Neo doesn't have Primal Split anymore. The damage is really gone from LGD. Yule's up into the air from Why You Smile. Triple kill here from FNG. Squadix. There's an FNG grave that keeps himself alive. They look over in Neo. The right click damage coming in from Kiritich, as well as Squadix trying to get himself an ultra kill. Maybe he's got a rampage. Right clicks are in. Rampage for Squadix.
There it is.
Oh my god. 2 rampages in the game. 1 for each side.
I don't know if that happens. Like having one team picking up the rampage, then the other team, and Virtus.pro. Like some of the fights that they had throughout this game are pretty amazing. FNG getting multiple grave saves and also keeping the distance, dying, coming back into a fight. Templar Assassin Squadix, he was also late to a fight, but still dealt the most damage. He was the one peeping to an outpost from the bottom lane. Like, look, he's still on the minimap. He's still in the bottom lane. Fight has already started. FNG dying, and as we said, instant buyback. Luna didn't get the ulti off. This double charge into double Nether Strike, refresher build. This is 300 IQ play from Noticed.
It's really insane. We were joking a little bit about the refresher, but it works.
There it is. He also found Spell Prism. Spell Prism on green 4, lowering the cooldown on all of his abilities
Charges
and
every
items.
7.9 seconds.
This is pre-Aghanim Scepter. He doesn't even have Ags on Spirit Breaker.
For my coffers.
I'd like to see how much damage just with the Dark Portrait that he's putting out. How much damage he's doing.
I was keeping an eye on it, but most of the time, Dark Portrait dies.
Oh.
Like, it's kind of difficult in the middle of the fight from all the brawlings, takes 350% of the damage, like one Earth Splitter is going to bring it down. The thing is, it has evasion. Luna doesn't have MKB, so that's a big benefit. Having the best chance. Heritage.
All right, let's see what they can do. Jump in, Earth Splitter is going to be used. They go to the Primal Split immediately to start this fight. They find themselves right on top of Shiro as well. As nothing to say. Shiro can't even get anything off. It's the refresher that works again. There's no Shiro. Top net worth. Who cares? See you later. Take that cash with you to the grave. FNG's going to survive a little bit longer with the shallow grave that he's got. But Squadix is wicked sick now as they take out nothing to say.
Ooh,
the fight
Luna.
got split a
Look
little
at this
bit.
damage from that Dark Portrait, but Shiro, he can't play the game. Refresh Shiro is causing him a lot of troubles. He's just not doing anything. Like, he can't get Satanic off. They need to buy something for him, some kind of a Lotus Orb, so if he gets charged, it charges back, or like just Nether Strike to replicate it. This is like, I don't think I've seen it. Like, what Notice is doing right now, I'm getting like flashbacks from OG when Gyrocopter picked up the Fusel Blade against Bristleback so that he couldn't use his abilities.
Well, by the way, this is Roche going down, and now they've got another refresher shard.
Give it to Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, seriously. No joke.
Nah, they might give this to Squadix so he can... he's out of slots, though. So let's see who picks it up. Maybe Grimstroke, double Dark Portrait. Make it quadruple with Soulbind and also going into Hex.
Gosh, Bara doing so much.
He just hit level 25, having that Bulldoze 500 damage barrier. All damage, by the way. Physical, magical.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, the experience difference at this point in the game is massive for Virtus.pro. And then that's Sacred Relic purchase there. Looking for a refresher on Brewmaster. He'd love to get into a second Primal Split, but for the most part, they've done a very good job of stopping him from getting one off. With what they've got on Spirit Breaker, it almost feels like double charge, double Nether Strike, and anybody's dead on the side of LGD.
Yeah. We were joking about the refresher, you know, give it to Notice. That doesn't work that way anymore, having, you know, shared cooldown between Orb and the Shard. It was a thing before. Kind of missed it, though. Like, I like this broken stuff being in Dota.
If we get to 60 minutes,
like
we'll see more of it.
Triple Ravage or like triple Black Hole.
TA, 3,500 gold. So looking towards the Divine Rapier. I don't know if you need it right now. I think you're in such a good spot. Overall, Trap here, by the way, on the Wisdom Rune. If anybody wanted to go pick that up on the side of LGD. Oh,
not Hero. Oof, that's a risky move. Noticed? He's gonna be the one. Okay, he's baiting.
Oh, they see him. Now they don't. That's a Wisdom Rune. New, silenced, charge, but able to get into the Primal Split. This is a bit of an issue as they've already lost him once. The sweep was onto the Templar Assassin as well as the Grimstroke that keeps him asleep for a while, but they go to the Eclipse. Is going to be forced over to the Sour Grave, keeping the Grimstroke alive again. Goes to the Soulbind, has the Dark Portrait before he even dies. They're going to refresh on Notice. He's going to have himself the charge that goes all the way across onto YU Smile. Kiritich trying to have the damage, but they get the kill on the Bristle back. He's going to buy back too. No plan for 88 seconds. Luna's dying. Right click Sing, trying to survive, has the Linkage, but it's not going to matter. Chiro's dead, has buyback himself. YU Smile also going to buy back as the right clicks come out for the Viper. Nothing to say, trying to get the damage onto Squadix, who gets up onto the high ground near the Ancients. He's got the Inkswell. Now attention on a Kiritich. Blinks away, coming through. Charge once more. Now they've got the Lincolns. That's going to be popped. They look over Kiritich. He's low, broken, gone. They take the kill, but they end up losing. Nothing to say, who's going to have buyback too. Now they find themselves Squadix. Bara in trouble. Yule's up into the air. That comes out from YU Smile. Right click from Elder Titan to get that kill. Noticed ends up dead. Forced F onto the high ground. Looking for the TP. Can they stop it? Yes, they can. With the Lucent Beam from Shiro and the kill for the Luna.
They use so many buybacks. Virtus.pro, they also know that they need to buy back, come back into this fight. There is buyback available. Bristle doesn't have buyback. He bought back in the previous fight, and it's time to go. Like, they have Glyph available, but Templar Assassin, she needs to buy back immediately. Neither Primal split in 30 seconds.
Glaives are going to take care of the tier 4s pretty quickly. They've got Squadix going in looking for Nier, who's going to be silenced up, but he's going to survive. They go to the Satanic. They've got the throne exposed. They have no way to stop this. The right clicks on a Squadix, and now they go to the Glyph.
Squadix is going to die.
Watching, and Squadix is Meld gets the refraction into the base. Somehow he's alive, but Notice is going to die. They can't stop the throne from falling, and it's a 1-1 split as LGD take game 2.
Oof, what a game. This is the best game that we